What's up, motherfuckers? Fabiano Caruana for 4 years in a row. He's the United States champion. He won a very tough tournament with only half point ahead of Wesley So. And today we're going to see the last round of Fabiano Caruana. I analyzed some of his best games during all the tournament. But today we're going to show the decisive game of the tournament, the last round against he plays against Levon Aronian. Until the last round he's a half point ahead of Wesley So, and Wesley So draw his game against who is the name of Oparin against Oparin. So Caruana with the Wesley So results only needs a draw against Levon Aronian to make it. Okay, the game of Fabiano finished early, but So finally made the draw. So Fabiano only needs a draw with this result to win the tournament, and this is what he do. So let's analyze the game. Aronian opens with e4, Fabiano responds with e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, the Spanish opening, knight 6, knight a4, knight f6, short castle, knight e4, and Fabiano choose the open Spanish, a very fast, a move too commonly used nowadays. During the last year, many people go so with the Marshall, here with also with Marshall, or with Berlin to make the draws. But nowadays, many people are employing the open Spanish with black. That's one of the best Spanish nowadays. D4, and here the main move was b5, and that's the open Spanish for all the life, bishop b3, d5, it takes bishop b6, that's the typical open Spanish. Here we have many moves like bishop b3, c3, and c3, knight d2. But Levon Aronian with black, he puts on fashion the move knight bishop b7. It's the one was the first elite player and the most popular elite player who started to play this move. And Fabiano copied the idea and he played against Aronian. But yes, Bishop B7 now was so employed by many grandmasters, but Aronian was the first important player who started to use Bishop B7. The idea is reach a position with bishop pair, but a worse structure and a bad light square bishop, especially a bad light square bishop. But okay, many grandmasters employ this idea of bishop b7. Rook e1, played by Aronian. b5, rook e4, d5, knight e5, knight takes, rook takes, b takes a4. And now white have some options. The main move was queen e2. Here bishop a6, f4, d6, f5. That's the main line. Queen f3 is another interesting move. But Levon Aronian employs b3. But after short castle, he chose a line who is also equal. Bishop e3 is fine here if you want to push a little bit. And okay, here the position is slightly better for white because his latest square bishop is so bad because it's in the same color of his central pawn. So here white have a small advantage, but it's not so big. But after the move employed by Aronian, just rook e7, just many pieces are going to trade it. Okay, that's true that black is still having this bishop, but black have a so active way to play. Queen e7, bishop e3, queen g5, bishop f8, and okay, of course, if king takes, now we're reaching a position with a bad bishop here. But instead of that, Fabiano had a better idea. For example, if king takes, knight c3 and queen f3, and white is slightly better here. But Aronian have a good idea here. Instead of take directly on f8, he had the intermezzo move bishop h3. He played bishop h3. The idea of playing bishop e3 directly is that queen f3 is not possible because queen c1. You obligate your opponents to play queen f1. And now you take on f8. Doesn't matter if you take with the rook or with the king, both moves are equal. But the important thing is that your opponent's queen is on f1 very well placed. And now knight c3, it takes. There are 3 games in the databases, and everybody takes with c takes b3. But it takes looks most natural maybe. Open the e5 for the rook. Rook e8, king h1. Now white is attacking the bishop, and if black wants to play more, and yes, trying to win, he can just retire the beast and with an equal position, but okay, it's playable. But like I told, Fabiano just wants a draw, and the draw is a very good result for Fabi. So for that reason, he goes with the direct line queen d2, attacking the knight, attacking the c2 pawn. Why the only white normal move is on a part if you go so go to a4 have no sense here. Looks like black is also active here. On 95, that's the only move with sense. And now bishop d2, you cannot take with the king because queen g5, queen g2, that's the only move. Rook e1, you should take with the rook. And now just 3 repetition, continue check, and Fabiano secures the draw and the gold in the tournament. Is his fourth victory in a row in the youth championship. In my opinion, after Magnus Carlsen in the last 10 years, the best player is Caruana with no so much different of the second, but in my opinion, it's clear that Fabiano Caruana is the second best player in the world in the last 10 years. And there are Carlsen in top, then Caruana, and then the rest. For me, it was always some years Nepo was in a very good shape. Sometimes Mamediarov was great, Dim Liren, Karjakin in some moment was great, Aronian some years ago, but for me, there are like this generation of players is Carlsen, Caruana, and the rest. And Caruana is so in that winning the last 4 championships in a row. I hope that the next year comes Nakamura to play, like well this was said, to see if Fabi is able to beat Nakamura too. I want to put the standings one moment here. Doesn't work. Fuck. I want to put the standings. No, here. You have the standing of the tournament. Fabiano Caruana scored 8 points, earning $70,000. Well, Lizzo second place with 7.5. Levon Aronian, very good tournament of Aronian, showing that for me Aronian is one of the best players ever who haven't well, without being world champion. I really like Aronian. For me, it's God. At least at the Caruana's level. Now, okay, he's older and he's not at the same level, but for me Aronian is GOAT. Fourth place Samuel Serbian, good tournament of Serbian, sorry. He beat Niemann in the 10th round. Niemann and Goodwell, who made a very regular tournament, winning many games and losing many games too. Oparina, Wonderlian normal, Sankland and Robson plays worse. Darius Wade, okay, he in the 11th position, but he's the low rated player of the tournament. But the worst player of the tournament was Ayman Mirra, who came with 1 year streak without lost any games, and he played very good in the Grand Swiss. And in this tournament, he disappointed a little bit. And in the women's section, I don't want to tell us who win the women's section because I'm going to make another video showing the last round of the women's section. So let's see the video of the women's. Bye bye, motherfuckers.